Santi,
Good morning, Jose. How are you today,
Good.
my friend?
Very good. And you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Pretty excited to working with you guys and starting this new journey.
Yeah, me too.
Fantastic. It's about 9 a.m. So we're just waiting for a couple of students to join.
Yep, don't worry.
All good. All good. Where are you? You are in Sydney, in Melbourne. What about
In Byron Bay.
in Byron? Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Nice. Yeah.
Very nice.
A little cloudy day today, but nice. The weather is good.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, it's a
But
beautiful place.
you are in Melbourne?
I am in Melbourne. I'm in Melbourne. It's a little bit cloudy. It's a little bit cloudy today as well. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad since it's not too cold, it's not too warm. It's just fine. Which is
Good level.
yeah, man. Good level. Good level. Jose, and you from Italy, yeah?
No, Argentina.
You're from Argentina. All right.
Yeah, I had some all family from Italy, but I born in Argentina.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of Argentinians do, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
true.
A lot of connection with Italy. Oh, that's good, Mike. And look, this is a certificate for in marketing, and I will try to make it very real for you guys, and also very interesting. So
Cool.
So the idea is to learn, but we are going to learn the good marketing, the one that is useful for entrepreneurs and for people that want to make out something out of everything that we have available nowadays. The internet, the networking,
Yeah.
the ideas. So it's going to be very fresh. And if you have any question as we advance, please ask straight away. There is not like a formal kind of a structure in terms of the classes.
Yeah.
Very conversational, very open kind of framework. And the idea is basically to learn fast. That is my kind of motto. We are here to learn, yes, in a very efficient, in a very fast way. All right.
Yeah, cool.
We have some good aids. So we have a good software to support the learning process. And this software will be used as we advance. I reckon you already log in this software, which is called
Accelerate.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, I already did. Yeah, I was checking today. I see like, okay, I have one now. I had one class, 2 assessment, and 1 workshop. Like it's today, no, the workshop.
That's correct.
It's okay.
That is it. So in that platform, we're going to have everything. We're going to have everything from the assessments to the classes, the recordings, the dates. That is the place to go. And
cool, because when I did the orientation class online, I watched one video, I complete one form. Like I understand, like I need login in the Lonsdale Institute, but it's different. The way like showing the video, like the accelerates.
Totally different.
Yeah, but it's okay. No, it's accelerate, not the long way.
It's really good for you guys. It's really good for you guys. So I'm going to tell you why it's different. So Lonsdale Institute is a really big company with a lot of tradition, with a lot of staff, with a lot of processes. Very formal school. My business, which is called Cert, or School of Digital, we have a partnership with Lonsdale, and some, not all, but some of the Lonsdale programs are in partnership with my business.
Okay.
Those that are in partnership with my business, they are very modern, very fresh, very digital, and very up to date. So it's good for you guys. So yes, probably you saw something from Lonsdale, but
yeah, some generic video for all his program, but it's a little different. Okay, cool.
this is going to be with a partnership between the two companies, which is really good for you guys because I will be looking after you. You don't need to worry much about anyone or who can help me or who I need to talk to. I am the person who will be with you guys all the time. Of course, you still have Lonsdale. Of course, if you want to talk to someone there, you can talk to anything about our classes with them. But the idea is to make it very simple for everyone involved, for the students and for the institutions. So that is why it's a little bit different, Jose, but as I said, it's a positive thing because the benefit to the student is that everything will be done using that platform. No need to upload, no need to download, no need to go to different softwares.
Cool.
So as we advance, you will be more and more familiar with that platform. Thank you, Jose. Juan Zambrano, how are you, my friend?
I think you are in mute, Juan.
Oh, Juan, yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Hi.
Good morning.
How are you, buddy? Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Santi, I have a question. I'm a little bit confused because 2 weeks before I received an email from Tegan with a link to the classes Tuesday and Wednesdays with the professor Ben. Yesterday I received an email that my classes start today, probably with you, I don't know. And I was Tuesday with Ben, and he told me, sorry, the college didn't tell me nothing about the new student in my class. And I told with Ben, I say, I received an email with the link from Tegan about this class because I have to start a certificate for in marketing. But yeah, I'm not sure because I received an email and you told me that you don't receive any information about that. And then today I received another information. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what when is the class, if it's Tuesday or Wednesday during the night, or it's Monday, or it's today. I don't know.
All right, Juan, today, Fridays, 9 a.m. till 12, every Friday. That's it. That's
Okay.
There was a miscommunication with the school because they were a little bit between you being in the other program or you being here. That is something that unfortunately happened with this particular program, with the certificate foreign marketing.
Yeah.
So you receive a lot of emails as if you
were I'm the same.
As if you were doing the certificate only with Lonsdale. Right. So as I was explaining to Jose, this certificate that you are doing is Lonsdale plus Cert, School of Digital. Lonsdale is the company that will be giving you the diploma, the certificate. They have all the protocols. They are the ones that audit everything that we do in class, all the assessments, all the lessons. They need to approve it. So they have some doctors and very academic people there making sure that everything is compliant with the Australian education framework. All right. But School of Digital is the one that is designing everything, is the one that is designing the assessments, the classes, getting the experts with School of Digital in some units, not the first 3 units, but after the first 3 units, we are going to have every second class an expert from the industry. So it's much more dynamic. I'm not saying that Lonsdale program is not good. It's good, and teachers are good, but with Lonsdale and School of Digital is top class. It's top class, everything. The recordings, the classes, the program. Now, you need to forget about it now and focus on the following. Fridays, 9 a.m. to 12. Now, this is very important for you too. If you cannot make a class, you need to tell me. You send me an email and you say, Santi, I cannot make it because I'm traveling. Santi, I cannot make it because I am working. I don't want to go. I am tired or whatever. I don't care. I have to be here. All right. All the classes are being recorded, all of them. All right. So in Accelerate, you will have access to the recording classes for you to get the knowledge that you need to pass the assessments. All right. So it's very, very simple. All right. The methodology in Australia is very, very simple in these regards. You need to get the knowledge from an expert, from someone that is qualified to deliver the knowledge. That is one component. The other component, though, is you need to demonstrate to the government that you have the skills and the knowledge in order to pass that unit, in order to be competent in that unit. All right. And you can do that 2 weeks after we finish with this class. So what you need to keep in mind is the following. Imagine this class, for example, the one that we start today is called making presentations. We need to learn how to present. All right, that is the unit, make presentations. Once we finish this class at 12, you have 2 weeks to jump into the program and present the assessments. There are 2 assessments. One is a video about you presenting about a topic that I'm going to explain to you later. Easy, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds. I don't care. There are some people, seriously, guys, there are some people that can do a fantastic presentation under 1 minute, like phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like phenomenal, like they kill it. And you have seen this in Instagram, you have seen this in TikTok, you have seen this in LinkedIn. It's not about, oh, the presentation has to be 20 minutes. That's what you get. But with the School of Digital, we are very advanced in that sense. So it's not about writing 500 words, nothing like that. It's about
demonstrating. No, school.
No, all school. It's demonstrating that you know. That's it. How you demonstrate it, we give you the tools, we give you the knowledge for you to demonstrate it. So you have 2 weeks after we finish, all right? What is really important here, Juan and Jose, is that you do not allow yourself to pass the 2 weeks and not presenting the assessments, all right? Because then you need to pay something. I don't know how much it is.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Why to do that? No way. So it's all about communications, all right? Now, if you are in the class, the good thing about you being in the class is that you can ask me things straight away. I was telling Jose that. Whereas the person that is listening to the class, watching the recording video, is a passive subject, passive, which is still okay. Whereas if the person is in the class, is active. All right.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, the idea is that you came to the classes. We have to take attendance. So it's not like you can fail the classes, but if you fail some classes, don't worry about it, because the system has been created for it to be very, very, very flexible, which is the new education, digital, online, real, like everything else. So the idea of you being in a classroom for 6 hours has been redesigned because of everything that is going on, all right? And that is pretty good for you. It's pretty good for me. And it's pretty good for the education industry, because that is the only way to survive in this environment that we are today. I guess that you are saving as well some money, because a certificate like this one in a classroom, 2019, was $7,000, all right?
Sure.
Whereas now it's about 2,500, 3,000, which is a really, really good cost for you to tell to the world, if it comes to marketing and communications, I am certified. All right. And that is what Lonsdale will be giving you. The diploma, the certificate, it doesn't come from the School of Digital. No. It came from the institution that is registered in Australia to give people international approved certifications. School of Digital is organizing, all right, what is the aura of the subjects? What should be the content of the classes, what should be the questions of the assessments, and that is what the School of Digital does. That partnership is phenomenal because our programs in partnership, the level of acceptance, the level of approval is extremely high. The satisfaction level is extremely high. Why is super high? Because there is no bullshit involved at all. And if there is bullshit involved, you need to tell me, Santi, that's bullshit. So I cut it, I clean it, because that is my quality process. So that is just for me to clarify the issue about the communications. We're going to pass over through that issue. I guess that still we have about 10 students enrolled, right? That's why they are not here anyway. But as we advance, everything will be clarified for everyone, all right?
All right. And Santi, I have one question. Can you give me your mail? So I already have.
100%. So I'm going to write it in my whiteboard here. Probably this color. It's not the best. So it is Santi at santivela.com.
.com. Cool. Thank you.
If you have a need to talk about the program, you are not satisfied, you have a problem, whatever is the case, you also can contact Lonsdale, and the best email, there are many emails, Tigan is one, but the person that is at the top of this partnership is called Manuel. So it is Manuel at lonsdaleinstitute.edu.au. And if you want to reach the administrators of School of Digital, the email is Carolina at School of digital.com.au. All right. So for the Business School of Digital, this is the right person to reach, Carolina at schoolofdigital.com.au. Your teacher, I am your teacher, Santi at santivela.com. The school that is giving you the certificate, Lonsdale, Manuel at lonsdaleinstitute.edu.au. All right, just for you to have some information.
Cool.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, another important thing, probably did you notice that when you were registering for this class in Zoom, you had to fill a form, yeah, for you to get access to the link. That is connected to the attendance system in Accelerate.
Cool.
So we don't need to call a list or anything like that. All right. And the reason I'm telling you, if you cannot make it, you need to tell me, is for me to explain, to help you out, and write something in the system, you know, like Jose is busy today at work, or instead of not leaving anything there, because that is when things are not right for the controllers, for some people that need to audit all of them. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Now that Juan has turned off the camera, that is something super important. All right. The cameras have to be on. You know, if we talk about all right, what are the conditions of these digital programs in Australia? One of them is the cameras on, because that is just like when we're in class. You know, if we are in class,
Yeah.
we are not visible in the classroom. Now, if you don't want to have your camera on, then you need to tell me. You know, it's all about communications. It's all because it happens, Mike. You know, sometimes you look like shit. You know, you had 40 bees the day before, or you just, you know, you have an infection in your eye. You don't want to show it up. You tell me, and then everything is all right. But it's all about these communications, all right? But the cameras are important to be on because that is how we connect, all right? And this is the first part of this class, which is making a presentation, all right? The most important thing to remember when we do a presentation is to connect. That's it. That's it. Actually, to be honest, the first question in the assessment is about this particular point. The first question in the assessment is, hey, what is the most important thing when you do a presentation? To give a fantastic presentation or to connect with your audience? So what is the answer? To connect with your audience. It's not to give a good presentation. That will be the output. That will be the result of you connecting with others. So as I advance with this particular class, you are going to see a lot of my techniques to present. All right. Now, guys, before I go to Accelerate, because everything will be done there, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. All right. For you to get to know me a little bit, and then you will tell me a little bit about yourselves. All right. In order to start developing this connection that we need to have.
Cool.
So my name is Santiago, by the way. It's not Santi, but in Australia, it's very normal to short up names. So Santiago, Santi? Yeah, Santi. All right. Been living here for 17 years. Family of, we are 5, my wife, 3 kids. I love the business world, man. I need to tell you, you know, I love developing businesses. I have worked for companies as well. And it's fantastic. It's great. You know, to work for a company in Australia is really good. You know, the salaries are really good.
Sure.
And all of that is pretty positive. But I am not that structured as a person to be working for someone Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., 4:30 p.m. every single day. I did it. I am 45 years old, all right? So I have done it. But now, in the last 10 years, it's about developing businesses, all right? So by default, an entrepreneur, by default, all right? Do I like marketing? This particular class? Yes, I do. I love it. And I'm going to tell you why I love it, because it makes me money. That's it. Because people do not understand marketing, all right? We're going to discuss a little bit about marketing. You know, when you think about, for example, what is cooking? Cooking is getting some ingredients in order to get a good dish for you to have or to share with others. That's what cooking is. Yeah, the ing kind of, the verb is giving us this dynamic. What is driving? All right, driving is you sitting down in a car, in a vehicle, steering wheel, and actually, you know, using that machine to move from A to B. And the outcome, the output is that you get to the point B. Because if you stay there, you are not driving, you are just in the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is marketing? Marketing comes from the word market, isn't it? So when we think about what is marketing, marketing is activating this market. When we activate the market, when we play with the markets, when we know the markets, the output, the result is money. And some people say, oh, Santi, but that is too simplistic. Well, is the only way to help yourself, is the only way to help others, is the only way to create something out of that output. You can use that money to develop another company. You can use that money to give that money to someone that needs the money. You can use that money to travel. You can use that money to pay for, I don't know, the food that you want to eat, or to have the accommodation that you want to have. So that's why I like marketing, because it has been helping me a lot, I'm telling you, a lot, in order to have what I need so I can make decisions. I can choose what I want. When you don't have this skill, the marketing skill, is very, very likely that you guys will be the result of your environment. You cannot control it much. You are controlled by others that are really good at marketing. But when you know marketing, you are not the result of your environment. You see, you actually become the designer of that environment. And that's why when we do marketing, we do branding. Yeah. That's why when we do marketing, we understand economy. That's why when we do marketing, we need to understand communications. That's why when we do marketing, we need to understand politics. It's a skill, it's a discipline that will give you an edge. So in this world, you are more independent. You are less dependent on others, companies, people, and so on. That's why it's a really, really good idea. It's a really good idea to enroll yourself in a marketing program. Especially nowadays, I need to say, if you add to this marketing digital, you kill it. You kill it. That's what I do. My business, School of Digital. School? No. Has to be digital. Has to. Marketing? It's good. Has to be digital. Because if we don't see things from that perspective, everything will be super, super expensive. All right? Everything will be. Now, if you are a multimillionaire, if you are rich, all right, don't worry about this digital thing. Because you can have buildings, you can have employees, you have cash, you know, and it's good. I mean, fantastic. But if you are not, or if you don't want to use that money, then think about digital as the best alternative for anyone, poor, rich, middle class, from Argentina, from Australia, from Africa, who cares, to be independent and to be free. We need to be very careful as well, because sometimes we just pass the boundary of what is right. All right. And that is not the idea. The idea is not to become digital people. No. All right. Because no. Business digital. Yeah. Marketing people real. Not digital.
Yeah.
Not transhumanism kind of thing. Not we cyborgs. No, that's not my perspective. All right. I'm going to tell you something, guys. My business, School of Digital, is doing pretty well. And one of the reasons is because my principle is classes need to be with a real teacher. Not with pre-recorded classes somewhere. No. You need to, there is, guys, seriously, Juan and Jose, there is not an issue whatsoever in we three being here. We are here digitally, but we still keep our humanism.
Yeah, true.
So it's just to clarify that thing. Digital for everything business, but when it comes to people, we need to make it and keep it very, very real. All right. So now that we understand what is marketing is about taking advantage of the market. It's taking advantage of the market, or at least knowing about it. So what is the market nowadays? The market nowadays today, 2022, is moving around things like cryptocurrencies. Do you need to have cryptocurrencies? No. Do you need to know what is cryptocurrencies? Yes. The market today is moving around something that is called NFTs. Do you need to have or produce or design NFTs? No. But do you need to know what is an NFT? Yes.
And what is NFT?
So NFT stands for something that is called non-fungible token. So non-fungible token. All right. Which means that because this is based in blockchain technology is a system that allows someone to prove the ownership of whatever. And it's extremely, no one can break it because it has been approved by many, many computers in planet Earth. So there is no way to say, oh, that is not, or that is something that does not belong to Jose. If blockchain has a trace that car, that house, that art piece belongs to Jose, it will always belong to Jose until the day that Jose sells it. All right. But everything else, if it's not in the blockchain, everything else could be copied, could be corrupted. Seriously, like everything else, like a contract, a certificate. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people have fake certificates from universities or from institutions. A lot of people, a lot of politicians, they go and say, oh, I have this PhD, this master degree from this university in Spain or in it. And in reality, it's all bullshit. They are just copies, fakes copies. With blockchain, this cannot happen because they are not fungible. You cannot copy them, right? But the value of NFTs is in artwork. If you are a painter, if you're a designer, you can transform that art piece to a digital version of that art piece and sell it for a profit. And guys, last year, November, the most expensive art piece in the human history was sold. A guy who lives in South Carolina in USA sold the most expensive piece of art in human history, and it was an NFT. So you need to, the class is not about NFTs, but you need to understand that the marketing thing is about understanding what is happening in the market. So we can play with other people that also have that knowledge. Or if someone asks us, what is that? Then now we know. So we're going to be very active in that regards. As we advance, we're going to be together for 6 months, guys. But I told you, my promise is I'm going to make out of every one of you someone that is independent and someone that can say, yes, when it comes to marketing, I am a powerhouse. I know a lot, not like a little, a lot about it. All right. Good. So now that we understand this, I'm going to show you Accelerate and how it works. All right. So, Jose, I'm going to use your profile just in order to illustrate how it works.
Yeah, don't worry.
So let me just share my screen. All right, guys, can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, here is Jose. So I'm just going to jump into Jose's platform. All right, here it is.
Yeah.
All right, so let's have a look how this works. For me, the most important button of all of it is this little calendar button here. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why, because when you click on it, it will tell you what is your class. You see?
Yeah.
If you click on that class, on that link in that calendar, then it will tell you, all right, what is the class that we are doing? In this case, is make a presentation. All right. Also, will allow you from the very platform to join the Zoom class. All right.
Oh, cool.
So you don't need to remember this Zoom link all the time. If you forget it, don't worry. You go to Accelerate. That is the center of everything that we do. And you click in that link. This will connect you. This will connect you to the class. It will tell you who is your teacher. I will be your teacher, not all the time, but majority of classes I will be your teacher. So it will tell you who will be the person giving you the class that day. It will tell you as well what is the time of the classes and what is the date of that class. All right. So that is very important. This little thing in order to find out what is your class for the day. Very important.
Cool.
This is being uploaded to the system about 2 days after the last class. So today is Friday. By Monday, if you go to Accelerate, you will see everything about your new class. And it is designed for you to have always the minimum information in the platform. We don't need to have a million things there. We need to have the information that we need in order to attend and learn about the next class. All right. So that's why for me, this is really important. Another important thing here is your account. All right. And I'm going to tell you why. Because here you can change your settings, you can update your details. But if you are working at night, this button here is highly recommended. You see how it changes?
Yeah.
If, you know, like the white screen is great if you're working a day and, you know, but if you're working at night next to people or you want to relax your eyes, just use the night mode. It
Cool.
just changes the perspective, all right? So that's pretty good. You also can go to profile here and update your details and everything that you need. I'm just going to change the profile back to white. All right. And here in customization, you also can change the color of the platform to the color that you want. All right. So this is really, really good because it will allow you to feel connected again to the platform the way you want it. All right. So that is just to, and thank you, by the way, Jose, because you add a photo to your profile. That is really good too. All right. So let's go back to home. And this is where we are. So at the top, we have the qualification. This is the qualification that you are doing, which means that if you do everything that you need to do, at the end of the last class, automatically, guys, you receive the certificate. Automatically. No paperwork involved, no need to call anyone, because this is all automated in the system. If you do everything in the system, last class, the system will go, oh yes, Jose passed all the assessment, Jose did everything that he needed to do, Jose certificate, digital certificate, plus the certificate that you receive in the post office from Lonsdale. So it's all automated. So that's why we need to have this clear. Another thing that is important here are these buttons. in these buttons, just give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah, don't worry.
All right, we're back. Jose. So all right, so then we have these buttons here, which are the workshop, the learning, the assessment, and resources. So the workshop is the class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what we are going to do after I finish explaining to you the platform. Just let me go back. All right, and here in the assessments, you have the assessments that you need to complete. So what assessments you need to complete for this unit? This quiz and this presentation. Easy quiz, easy presentation if you attend to the class. If you cannot attend to the class, difficult, then you need to read the content of the unit, or even better, you rewatch the class and everything will be there, everything. There is no surprises here. I don't know if you have had the opportunity to do assessments for other courses and you go and see the assessment and you say, but this was not, this was
never
not.
never watch.
Like, why this question is, no, all questions that we do in the assessments are because we discuss them in the class and no surprises. All right. And there are not these crazy 20 pages assessments either. All right. It's about synthesis. I love simplicity. It's about making it practical and easy, because life should be practical and easy. There is no need to make it complex. Quite the opposite. If we can make things simpler, it's because we are better.
Sometimes less is more.
I think that actually a lot of times less is more. I'm going to tell you something now that we're talking about it. Twitter, you know, the social media platform, it changes that perspective, because they went and say to the world back in 2005, sorry. They say to the world, you only can write 240 characters, little 3 lines, and the world were like, yeah, all right. And people learn how to say something in 3-4 lines, and that's good. Whereas in the traditional perspective of what education should be, they will tell you, if you want to be good, 3-4 lines, not good. You need to write 500 words. What for? Nobody will read it. So it's more difficult, I'm going to tell you something, it's more difficult to say something professionally that makes sense in 3 or 4 lines than going to Google, copycatting 100 words and taking this from there, from that, and making this monster of 3 pages about nothing.
Yeah.
It's more difficult to be simplistic and to use synthesis. But when you get used to it, you become a real professional. This class is 3 hours. Do we need 6 hours? No, 6 hours. Imagine you and me 6 hours here, boring. No, synthesis. And it's good that now the governments in the world are understanding that education is this way. All right, so let's continue with this acceleration. So these are the 2 assessments that you need to complete. And Now we go to the class itself. So where is the class? The content of the class is here where it says learning. You see?
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat it for you. So we are here in home. And what we need to do in the class is going to learning. And then you see here the lesson. All right. And that's what we need to do today. All right, guys. Any questions?
Right.
Any questions before we start with the actual class?
No. So let's see one. When, for example, if I don't attend the class on Friday, when I inside in the website installed, I find the class here, no? In learning.
You are going to find the class, not in learning, but you're going to, if you go here to this calendar, you click the class.
No, but I say if I can attend the day of the class, and after the class I'm inside in the the platform.
Yep. So when you cannot attend the class, same thing. You go to the calendar, you click here, right? And here will be the recording of the class. It's not yet because we haven't finished the class.
Yeah. No, I understand.
But once we finish the class, it takes a little bit of time for the rendering to happen and for everything to connect. But about 2 days later, all right, because today is
but Monday I will see here,
and you will see this recording. All right. Cool. So yes, you just need to use the calendar, search the class that you want to record, because this is a calendar. You see this, like now we only have this class here.
Yeah.
But as we advance, you're going to have class here, class here, class here every Friday.
Cool.
So imagine that we are in the 28th and you miss the class of the 21st. What you need to do to watch the class, you go to the calendar, you click on that date. It will give you the information about the class, the topic, the assessments, and because it's an old class, it will give you the recordings as well.
Cool.
All right. So that's
Santi, sorry, I have a question. Since today we have 2 weeks for complete the assessment.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to actually give you. All right. So how this works? So this is our class. Yeah. Today. So what will be 2 weeks? The 21st, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Lonsdale has a policy that they, in order to facilitate everybody understanding this, they say 2 weeks, but you need to move it to the next Sunday. So this is 2 weeks, but the next Sunday will be the 23. You see here Sunday?
Yeah.
So this is the deadline, the 23.
And, o sea, Sunday 23 inclusive. So I can upload the Sunday 23.
Exactly. Until 12 a.m.
Until, perfect.
11:59 p.m. too late.
Yeah. No, it's better I doing it before.
And again, don't allow. You know what happens, guys? Is really, really important that you understand this. If you do not allow the assessments by this date, if you don't watch the classes by that day, the system will not allow you to access that. And this is for compliance. This is not for us. No, it's because the government needs to make sure that you somehow attend the classes, virtually, presentially, whatever, but you need to watch the classes, you need to do the assessments. So, but I'm going to tell you something as well. Majority of the work that we do is completed, the assessments are done in the class. So, yeah, guys, like majority of our students, they don't even need to wait 2 weeks. They do the assessments the very same day at the moment we're doing the class, because they are very
you have fresh the knowledge.
And how good it is, and it feels amazing, Mike, because you finish the class, the assessment will take you 5 minutes. We can do the assessment in the very class, and then you forget about it. You just need to join the class next Friday. Easy. All right.
Easy.
So that's why I'm telling you, it's really good in terms of one, that you are doing the program with School of Digital, because it's so efficient. Like It just makes sense. All right, now let's go back to the class now. So one more time, what we need to do in order to see the class, we go to learning. And then we press the lesson. And here we have the class. So the first part is the overview of the class, which is on a screen that is telling you what is the class about. All right. Happens that some people do not like to read much. I don't like to read much. I like to watch videos because I am a digital person. So this video here, in all the classes, you will have a video there that will be explaining to you what is the class about. All right, so let's click on it.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Monica. Thank you for learning how to make presentations with Lonsdale Institute. This unit covers the skills and knowledge required to prepare, deliver, and review presentations for target audiences. You're expected to make presentations for a range of purposes, such as marketing, training, and promotions. The aim at this early stage is to organize your presentation in a logical sequence and in clear, concise language. While it is important to suit the needs of your audience, you must also prepare the material in a way that suits your own particular needs as a speaker. In this class, you will first learn how to prepare your presentations. Then your mentor will help you to gain enough confidence, so you deliver engaging presentations using latest technologies and visual aids. And finally, you will receive direct mentoring on how to review your presentations and speeches.
So you see, the video will tell you what will be the content of your class. What will be the content? Prepare presentation, deliver presentation, review presentation. And guys, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Isn't it? Like before presenting, preparing the presentation. All right, once I have prepared the presentation, all right, now I give the presentation. And then once I finish it, then I review it. So these videos, these short videos, that's why I'm telling you, this is just 1 minute video, but it's telling you everything about the class. So it's really a good idea to watch that video.
We hope this class gives you the communication skills so you can confidently make presentations and communicate concepts, business proposals, and ideas.
So this class will give you the confidence.
Business proposals and
Just let me get it back a little bit.
business proposals and ideas and speeches. We hope this
class will give you the communication skills. All right.
class gives you the communication skills so you can confidently make
Confidently, man, like straight away, no being shy, no being, you need to be super confident. I mean, if it's not about English, all right? It's not about you having English as the first language. English is not my first language either, you know, but like talking, expressing ideas is a powerful skill. It gets people to look at you. It gets people to see you as a person of interest. And when they see you as a person of interest, if you propose a business idea, they will tell you, all right, I want to listen to that. So if you present concepts, they are going to be
presentations and communicate concepts, business proposals, and ideas. Thanks for watching. I will see you in class.
All right. So that is the first video that we need to watch. All right. Now,
Right.
I'm going to ask you to do something, guys, and this is important because sometimes you want to watch more than that. You want to go deeper into knowledge. If you go to YouTube,
Hi.
you will find the channel of a School of Digital, which is this one. All right. If you go to the channel, then you can subscribe to that channel. And here, there are, look, like many videos that are talking about everything that we discuss in class. As I say, real videos, about what is going on. So very important, guys, like if you are here, to press the subscribe button some way. I don't need to but it will give you a lot of information related to the classes and the experts and all these artificial intelligence robots that we have as well. So do that, subscribe to the channel. That will be super appreciated as well. All right. So now that we know what is the class about, now let's begin the lesson. All right. Guys, when I was designing this class, I was thinking about who is the best presenter, the best speaker from my perspective. All right. And for me, the best speaker, one of the best speakers, just to avoid absolutes, is this guy. He passed away, and his name is Ken Robinson. All right. Ken Robinson is someone that is phenomenal, like phenomenal. Like this guy really knows how to deliver and make presentations. So this is a video that will last 20 minutes. We are not going to watch it here in class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend 20 minutes of our precious 3 hours watching this video. You know what I mean? But you, in your own time, when you go to the platform, you watch the video. You understand what I mean, guys?
Yes.
I am not here to waste my time. And I'm not here to waste your time either. This is something that you can do in your own. So you will be doing this in your own. All right. Now,
right.
Guess what happens, guys? When you go to the platform, this is very important. You have these buttons here, next and previous. All right. So when you press next, the system is sending a report that you watch that video. So the lesson itself, this is another assessment. You don't need to say anything, to write anything, but you are doing an assessment that is called observation. You are observing the lesson. So that's why you need to do this. Guys, if you don't do this, I'm just going to go back. So here we are, home, learnings, the lesson. Let's say that you don't do this. You will not pass the unit. It comes the 23rd of January, and this is gone. You know what I mean? You need to.
Yeah.
So it's not just the assessments. You need to watch the class. You need. Of course, you can say to me, "Oh, Santi, I watched the video." It's not about lying. It's about you have the opportunity there to learn. You watch the video. But once you go, next, all of this, the system is sending a signal that you were there going through that content. And at the end of it, it will tell you, the system, thank you, you have passed the lesson. So, guys, just before I continue, it's very important to understand digitalization, because digitalization works if we humans, we are transparent, we're honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all of this is really simple, very efficient, but it's not about tricking the system, because at the end of the day, the only one that is not learning is you. Everything has been designed for you to learn, but there is not way to prove that you watch the videos and so on and so on. You just need to make your own commitment to say, someone has designed this, so I learn marketing for real, which is my promise. I design all of it. Yeah, I select the videos. I create some of them. So if you believe me, and which is the connection that we need to do, if you believe me, you will see how in 6 months, marketing. And anyone saw the movie Matrix here? The old movie Matrix.
Yeah.
And remember when this guy, I know it was the lady, she was learning how to fly the helicopter.
Yeah.
It's not like that. No, yet. It's not that efficient yet. But what we can say is that when she received the information, then she was able to fly that helicopter. Yeah, it's the same thing here in the class. It's not going to be in minutes. It's going to be 6 months, but that is better than 3 years. That is better than 5 years. That's better. And my promise is, if you came to the classes, or if you came to the classes, to some of them, and you watch the classes, the system is recording that you're watching the classes, and you do the assessments and you believe in this process, 6 months, you find a job in marketing, no problem. Because you're confident, you know. I have my own business, but if I want to apply for a job in marketing, I get the job in marketing. Not because of my qualifications, is because I'm confident. All right. And that's what I want you guys, that at 6 months, you can tell people, I know marketing for real. Because a lot of people do certificates in marketing, but they don't have idea about it. They just did it in order to pass the assessments and to get the visas. Yeah, that's good too, you know. But what about if we add real knowledge to it, so you become someone that is stronger, more powerful than you were 6 months ago? If you are the same person, you are failing, I am failing. I am here to change people, to make people better than they were before. All right. So it's about this transparency that we need to talk about right now. It's not just the system, it's your commitment to it. All right. So let's continue with the class now that we discussed about it. All right. So guys, this first thing here is actually the first question of the, now is, I cannot tell you, you know, in the class, oh, this will be the question all the time, but it's just for you to understand how this works. What is the first thing that we have here? We have the goal is not to give a great presentation. The goal is to connect. Yeah, you see that? Now, let's go for 1 second. Let's exit this. Let's go to home. Let's go to the assessments. Let's go to the quiz, to the assessment task. Have a look at the question. When planning, let me just put this a little bit bigger. When planning presentation approach, what should matter the most to you? Connect with your audience or deliver a great presentation? What is the right answer?
Connect with the audience.
Yeah, so you click on it. And then you move to the next question. That's it. You see? So, but if you don't watch the class, if you don't go to the lesson, it's very likely that you are going to make this wrong. You're going to select the two, you know what I mean? It's connected to the lesson, the assessments. I have repeated this many times, but it's because it really matters to me.
Yeah, right. And Santi, the all this quiz, multiple choice.
Yeah.
Only is one choice, so there are someone like maybe have 2 options.
It will tell you, for example, in this case, it says select all that apply. But the question may tell you only one, or select as many as you need. The question will tell you how to, and this is important, Jose. If it's not clear,
you
let me know and I make it better. I improve it.
Cool.
You know what I mean? But now you can repeat this assessment 15 times. 15, 1 5. All right, just for you to know, 15 times. More than 15 times is because something is not working. But 15 times is enough. But just do the assessment before the 23rd of January. All right. That is just from, but all the questions, guys, you see, they are all here. So you can see that, you can see even the assessment in advance. Look.
Okay.
When you finish the assessment, it will tell you straight away if you pass it or not. Straight away.
Okay, so it's good.
And that's why I'm telling you, you finish the class, you jump in the platform, or we do it together, because probably we're going to do this together today for you to see how it works. All right, so just for me to show you the connection between the assessment and the lesson. So let's go back to the lesson. Learning. All right, here is where we are. Right. So what is the goal? The goal is not to give a presentation. The goal is to connect. That is the most important thing. How we connect to people, man, by understanding who is your audience. That's it. By understanding if your audience is old people or young people or women or men, or if your audience is people in China or Singapore, or if your audience is people in South America, you need to get to know them. You need to research about them. You need to become likable. I mean, you need to understand how they walk, how they talk, how they move. And you need to represent this. All right? That is the key. I'm going to tell you something, my friends. All right? A lot of these classes about making presentations are bullshit. And people think, oh, that is another class. No, it's a very important class. A very important class. Very important class. Like, for example, I'm going to tell you something. As a speaker, because I work as a speaker in different countries, different cities, I make a good deal of money just talking. So November was in Singapore, $2,000 per day, just talking. That sort of things. But it's because I have been doing this for 17 years, all right? I'm going to show you something. Just give me 1 second. Conference, all right? Conference. Speaker. Conference. I mean, I have a lot, Mike. What I want you to understand is when you master communication skills and when you use your knowledge in whatever your profession is, you can make a good deal of money out of it. Because it's like musicians, like when you're a musician and you play the guitar, you go to a bar, you go to a restaurant, you go to a concert, and people pay you to play the guitar. And there is nothing wrong with it. Actually, the musician expects that people will pay them. And nobody says anything. Actually, people is very okay with it. With this class, is the same thing, Mike. Like you can really use this knowledge that you get in, plus the knowledge that you have in your own life, your own profession, whatever you like to do, and tell companies in the world, if you want someone to talk about it, talk to me, because I will be able to entertain people. I will be able to inform people. I will be able to persuade people. All right? And that's the reason this class is here. It's not a feeling class. It's a class that will give you the competitive edge to be really good at talking and expressing ideas. So remember what I just told you. Listen up. And this is being recorded. When we do classes, when we do conferences, when we do speeches, we need to choose or mix. We actually can mix one of these 3 strategies. Listen up. To inform people, inform, to persuade people, or to entertain people. Yeah? This video that I was telling you before about Ken Robinson is mixing all of these techniques: entertaining, informing, and persuading. All right? One of the questions in the assessment is about this particular thing. The question is, all right, what are the 3 techniques for you to deliver presentations, the 3 strategies? Oh, information, persuasion, and entertaining. And if you think about it, seriously, there are not any other alternative, Mike. Think about when you present, it's because you want to inform and educate people. Or, I mean, the core objective. Or because you want to entertain people. I mean, if you're a comedian, for example, comedians, man, they are really good at speaking. Yeah, they are better than teachers. They are better than anyone else because they actually make people laugh, which is very, it's very difficult. But they are not focused on informing people and educating people. They do a little bit, especially if they are political comedians. They kind of as well inform people, but the focus is to entertain people. Yeah. Now, some people, they don't want to entertain others, some speakers, presenters, they want to persuade others, politicians. They are really good speakers, aren't they? And they have everything crafted in order to persuade people to vote for them or to follow the ideas or to support the ideas. All right. So question, strategies to present information and education, persuasion, entertaining. Now you know that the next time that you want to present, you need to select one of these strategies as the core. All right. So if you want to present, if you want to do a presentation, what should be here in the middle? One of these three strategies: information and education, entertaining, persuasion. Let's imagine that it's information and education. So information. That is at the core. You prepare your presentation to be informative. But around the core, now you know that you can as well entertain people. Actually, good speakers, they are kind of funny sometimes and they make people laugh. You can, or they make people move. You know, when they say, you know, raise your hand if you have done this, and people go like, wow. You know, some people make, some speakers and presenters like Tony Robbins, I don't know, you know, Tony Robbins, make people dance. You know, crazy, but I cannot do that. I am really bad at it. But some people can kind of create a party out of a conference. So you can use those resources to entertaining, but also you can use persuasion. All right? If you want to be really good at persuasion, you need to use different techniques, but one of them is called NLP. All right. So this is for you, NLP, for you to research after the class if you really want to become a powerhouse when it comes to presenting. So what is NLP? Have a look at the chat, please. NLP means neuro-linguistic programming. All right. Good technique. Good technique. Guys, are you learning? Are you learning today?
Yes, sure, 100%.
All right. Are you learning seriously?
Yeah, I think I listen about new information I don't know, so it's right. Learning for me.
That reinforcement that I just did. Hey guys, are you learning? And then I stop. Hey guys, seriously, are you learning? That is techniques that I learned from learning about NLP. That reinforce our connection. That reinforce your knowledge. So I just did it to demonstrate how important it is for you to get to know these techniques. Politicians are really good at it. Politicians are really good at it. They repeat the sentence 2 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those techniques that you will learn if you research more about NLP. Is the class about NLP? No, the class is not about NLP. But you can expand your knowledge if you do a little bit of research about techniques that we presenters, teachers, speakers use that are related to NLP. All right, so it's good that we have discussed the strategies because that is one of the questions of the assessment. All right, guys, now it's 10:15. Before we continue with it, we have 2 breaks. So we have a break about 10:15 kind of thing, and we do another break, about 11:30. All right. So we have 3 hours of class. They are super intense. You will notice, and this is an easy one, make a presentation, but when we do classes related to marketing, to economy, to business, a little bit tougher in terms of the content, but what is common across all of them is that they are punchy, they are dynamic, they are full on. Your head goes like this, my head goes like this. But this is a performance. You need to understand this. And with this, I finish. If you are presenting, you need to feel and act like a performer, an artist. That's it. The worst advice that a teacher, a coach, a mentor can give you is do the presentation and be yourself. Worst advice ever. Worst. When you are in front of people, you cannot be yourself. You need to be a monster. You need to be a killer. You need to be someone that is impactful. That's it. If you want to be a good teacher, you need to have the confidence to be able to tell people, hey, listen up, this is important. I'm telling you, this is important. When you are presenting, you need to disembody from the person that you are normally and become a person that is able to entertain others, to persuade others, to inform others. And you cannot do this if you become or if you continue being who you are. Have you noticed actors and actresses? When they perform, they become someone else. We need to be able to accept this reality. Very difficult for a lot of people. Very difficult because for a lot of people, it's very difficult to get out. You know what I mean? And they want to, but I am shy. They will tell you are shy, but the presenter, no, because I don't know. Sometimes you see these singers or these performers, and they have this voice, man, and they dance in the scenario, and they are wow. And then you see them in real life, and they speak like this, and because that is how they are in real life. So I finish with this. If we really want to present properly, we need to become presenters, and we need to stop being ourselves. All right? I hope you get that one.
Right.
10:15, 10:17, 10 minutes break. All right? 10, 12 minutes break, something around that. Have a good rest, have a coffee, have a drink, whatever you want, and I will see you about 10:30. Okay, guys?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, guys, if you are there, please let's continue the class. Thank you, Jose.
I'm here.
All right. Thank you, Juan. All right, so let's continue with the lesson. All right, something as well that is very important is if you remember the video that we saw at the very beginning, you know, that artificial intelligence video with Monica.
Yep.
She was telling us that we will be learning about preparing presentations, delivering presentations, and review presentations. So you see, there is always a connection. There is always a logic behind everything here. So you can just jump from content to content. You know, you can just go back if you want to. You can expand it as you require. All right. All right. So we were talking about this before. What are the presentation strategies? When you present, you need to select a presentation strategy. The most common strategies are present to persuade your audience to change their mind, present to inform and educate your audience about a particular topic or issue, present to entertain your audience, as that is where your value as a presenter is more visible. All right, so just keep this in mind as well, because this is one of the questions. Now we're going to move a little bit ahead and we're going to talk about storytelling. All right, storytelling is a skill that is very important nowadays. It was not well regarded 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Everything was about hard skills, mathematics, physics, chemistry, engineering, and so on and so on. Very important skills as well. Of course they are. But storytelling, we're like, no, that's not important. Happens to be, my friends, that right now, storytelling, the capability to tell a story using simple words, using natural language, is a very important skill. Therefore, if you want to make good presentations, you need to use that storytelling skill, which is basically tapping into your own experiences. That will make your presentation more personal. All right. One of the techniques that I learned when I was actually working on how to become a speaker was thinking about, if I replace myself with someone else, will the presentation be the same? Listen up. If I replace myself with someone else to deliver the same topic, to deliver the same class, will the presentation, will the class be the same? And the answer is no. Why no? If the topic is the same, if the content is the same? Well, because I add my own experiences in life. And that is what will create a differentiation of my presentation against someone else. The only way to achieve this is through understanding the importance of storytelling. So again, it's all about we coming back to our humanism. what makes us different compared to machines and robots is that we have previous experiences as a result of our life. So use that to your advantage. And Howard Gardner is someone that has been writing a lot about it, all right? And he says, if you want to be a good presenter, more stories, long stories, funny stories, sad stories. Some people use this one too much and I don't like it, all right? So don't overuse this one because then you become like a victim.
Yeah.
I don't like it. A little bit of it, okay. But when you want to call attention because everything is sad around you, I don't know. I don't like it much. Stories about heroes, yes. Stories with goats and animals, of course. Stories about famous people. Try to use all of these when you are presenting. Guys, you need to use all of these for the second assessment, which is your presentation. So you just keep this in mind, all right? So it's good that you have that here. The US President Franklin Delano Roosevelt was really, really good at it. This guy was a really good presenter and was all about stories, all about it. You know, and people were so connected to Franklin because he was so personal. So if you want to do more research about Franklin, please go ahead, but it's a really, really good benchmark. All right. Here we're talking a little bit about, it doesn't matter if you are talking to 6 people, 60 people, 600 or 6,000. It's the same. People get, oh, but that is too many people to talk to. What is the difference whatsoever? If it's 1 or 1 million, doesn't matter. You know, it's all about connecting. And if you are connecting with one, it's very likely that you are going to connect with 1 million as well because it came from you. All right. So it's a little bit about it. And we have been talking a little bit about this. Presentation is an act. You are an actor. All right. Don't overdo it, of course, but think about this as you are an actor. Important too, always make clear that you have total respect for your audience. You need to remember this. The presentation is not for you. The presentation is for your audience. You know that, yeah? Please remember that. If the presentation is for you, for your own ego, it will not work. You need to think about your audience when presenting and you need to demonstrate the respect. That's why a lot of speakers, the first thing they do is, thank you for coming to this presentation. You are here and you were probably thinking about doing something else, going out with friends or going and have lunch with friends or having a good time at home. But you are here in this conference room, in this classroom, in this Zoom room with me. That's why when I started the class this morning with Jose, it was, Jose, thank you for joining the class. Thank you for being here. Because if you don't do that minimum thing, you know, you are missing the point. This class is not my class. This class is your class. The same thing. If you are doing a presentation, that's not your presentation, it's people's presentation. So that is very important. All right. So let's go next. Another key thing here, when you see in your content, in your lesson, that it says very important note, that is me telling you, pay attention to it because that will be a question in the assessment. All right. It's just trying to facilitate your work, guys. All right. So that is one I want you guys to understand. If it says very important note, it's because it's going to be a question. So what says this note? Your presentation, your preparation for your presentation is not complete unless you have selected the evaluation tool you intend to use. All right. So what evaluation tools we have? Focus groups, one-to-one interviews, participant surveys, critical friends, and we have many of these friends that they will tell us the truth. Yeah. And CTA research and analysis. All right. So the question is, what is a CTA, guys? What do you think a CTA is? C stands for call. T stands for to, and A, action. Call to action. All your presentations, remember this, please, all your speeches, all your conferences, all your interviews to get a job. Because I'm going to tell you something, when you are in an interview to get a job, that is exactly the same as you giving a presentation. So all of these things, they need to have a CTA. What is a CTA? A call to action. What is the call to action of this class? Me telling you, hey, use this knowledge to do the assessment. So you are invited to do that. Some people, at the end of the presentation, they say, I am selling this book. That is the CTA. Or I am selling this product. That is the CTA. So always try to add a CTA to your call, a call to action to your presentation. What is that you want people to do? Do you want people to register to a form? You want people to attend a new seminar? You want people to buy your product? You want people to follow you in Instagram, in YouTube? Make sure that you disclose that in your presentation. That will allow you to evaluate, because then you will be able to see how many people subscribe to your YouTube channel. And then if that is growing, it's because the CTA was effective. So these are important things for the assessment. The assessment will ask you, what are the presentation evaluation tools? Here they are. All right? Keep that in mind. And here are some forms that you can use as well if you want to evaluate your class, if you want to evaluate your presentation. Do I use this? No. But it's important for me to show you how majority of people do it. At the end of each class, I will send you a survey for me to have information about, did you like the class or no? But for me, it's very simple. For me, it's like from 1 to 10, how much did you like the class? That's it. For me, it's very, that will tell me everything. I don't need to go through a lot of questions to find out if, but this is how a lot of people do it. So you need to have access to that information too. All right. Now, we are moving to the second part of the class, which is how to deliver the presentation now, how to actually present. And we need to talk about this. That's why it's called group discussion. One of the most common pieces of speaking advice is to be yourself. All right. How we talk, how we discuss about it? No, we cannot be ourselves. All right. You need to think that you are performing a professional act and that you are putting on a performance. And have a look at this. Can you imagine a coach, a football coach, a basketball coach, a soccer coach, telling his players before the grand final, go out there to the field and be yourself? No. The coach will tell the players, go there and become a killer, become a monster, become the best version of yourself for us to win this grand final. It's the same for you guys. If you have the chance to do a presentation, use that presentation as the most important moment in your life and become the best version of yourself at that moment. I'm going to tell you something personal, and this is my story. All these conferences, how I got into that world. One day I was attending to a conference as one of the persons attending to the conference, as an attendee. And at the end of the conference, the speaker went and said, who has questions? And I raised my hand and I asked a really good question, a really good one. All right. At the end of that conference, the person that was managing the conference told me, hey, that was a really good question, the one that you asked to the speaker, why you thought about it. And I say to him, I thought about it because I wanted to grab your attention. So you ask me about it because I want to be here in this very same place next year talking about that question that I know what the answer should be. And he say, really? All right, you are invited next year, kind of thing. And that was the beginning of my life as a speaker, man. That was the beginning of my life as a speaker. It was believing that if I can create impact, asking a question, I could open a new world for me as a speaker. And from that moment on, my life in terms of speaking didn't stop. It stopped for 2 years because of COVID, yes. But before COVID, it was like a conference every 3 months kind of thing. So I just want you to understand this, guys. A lot of people don't think about it, about how to do conferences and speeches. But if you have a passion for whatever, for traveling, for cooking, for walking, for dancing, for marketing, for business, for entrepreneurship, for fashion, for technology, whatever, man, take advantage of this class. Open yourself to the opportunity to be talking about that to others. And you can get paid for it pretty well. Like pretty well. You know, like after some years, you become expert doing these presentations, you get good reviews, and these companies that are all over the place, like in Australia, there are like 20 companies searching for speakers. Singapore, which is just around the corner, is a country that is always inviting people from Australia to speak there. It's phenomenal, guys. You know, think as if you were a musician. If you're a musician, you want restaurants and others to give you gigs. If you are a speaker, because that's what you are now in this class, that's what I want you guys to become. Think about how you can start building a portfolio. All right. All right, cool. So just to tell you how I start this, let's go back to the lesson. We're about to finish this because now we're going to do the assessment straight away. All right. So now we know that we cannot be ourselves. All right. Cannot. That's important. All right. This is a little bit about the importance of preparing the presentation before you deliver it and so on. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about something that is called the metaverse. Have you guys heard about the metaverse? Anyone here?
Yeah, the new form will be have all the social media for the Mark Zuckerberg.
He's the one taking advantage of all of this because he has the mediums and the money and everything, but the metaverse should be open to everyone, should be democratic. And it's going to be like that, I believe. It's going to be open source. But yeah, that is the thing. The thing is that imagine that we are here in this class in Zoom, and that's pretty good, like the experience that we have now. But this person here could be Jose, this person here could be Juan, this could be me, this could be the other students. And we can have an environment that looks like a conference room or classroom. We can walk, we can move around in the digital world. That is the metaverse. It's a new technology that is called Web3 or is powered by Web3 that is going to be dominating the world. I don't have any doubt. Like Zoom is awesome. I love Zoom. But the metaverse will be like Zoom on steroids. You know? like you pick an avatar and then you have some augmented reality goggles and you can become part of the environment. All right. So the reason I'm showing you these guys is because this is the future. This is where we are heading. And this is fantastic. This is a company I'm working with actually that is developing these metaverses for conferences. I can't tell you much more if you want, if we connect later on. But this is going to be the future of presenters. It's not like you will need to travel. It's not like you will need to be in a hotel room or in a hotel conference room. No. Sometimes, yes, but majority of times it will be done using the metaverses. That's why, guys, I was telling you, our classes, they are fresh. They will be always talking about what is the latest because I have the power to update my content even 1 minute before the class. If there is something that I want you guys to learn in the class and I just learn about it 1 minute before the class, I will go to the system and upload it quickly. And that's what I want you guys to start learning more about the metaverse, because that will be the environment for us presenters and speakers to fulfill our maximum capabilities. All right, let's keep your mind on it. All right, we talk a little bit about how to evaluate presentations, you know, and you have a question that is around that in the assessment as well. But if you want to read more about it, then you can read this, you know, in your own time. How important is to get feedback. All right, and this is something that will allow you to find out how people react to your presentations. All right, guys, I am going a little bit fast because I want to do the assessment with you guys today for you to know how it is done. But look, we have got to the end of the lesson. You see this button here? That's it.
Yep.
So once I press that button, all right, the system will say, all right, Jose, because this is Jose's software, will say, all right, Jose actually consumed the information in. So let's press this and let's see what happens. You see what it says here? Lesson complete.
Lesson complete.
It's all automated. It's all in real time and it's all recorded digitally in this platform. If you don't do that, and that's why I'm worried about some students failing today. If you don't do that, you are not going to get the certificate. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You need to demonstrate that you have done the class, not just the assessments, but also the class, right? So in this particular moment, all right, the system is telling, yeah, Jose has done the class. Done. So we exited, all right? And now we go to home. And now that the learning has been done, you see that's why it doesn't say nothing there, 1 or 2. Now let's do the assessments. All right. So let's start with the first one. All right, Juan. So I want you guys, Juan, please open your Accelerate, and I want you to be here in this assessment right now. Can you do that for me?
Give me 1 second.
Jose, can you do the same?
Yeah.
I will go to someone else's platform. Let's see. Open your assessment, Jose. Let's see if it works. You and me working at the same time on it.
Assessments. This one. Yeah, I have already they connect with the oceans.
All right, so it's the same thing between you and me.
Exactly.
All right, I will be driving it, all right? Just for the sake of showing this to everyone. All right, so the first,
I open now. Assessment to do.
all right. Open it, have it in your screen, and once you have it there, let me know. All right, you have it there, Juan?
Yep, all good.
All right, so the first question is connect with your audience. Now let's go to the next one. All right, the next question is, when planning presentation intended outcomes, what should matter the most to you? To make sure that your presentation has a CTA? To deliver a great presentation? Or to make sure that you add your credentials to your portfolio as a speaker or presenter or teacher or whatever? So what
The
first one.
Yes, right. Yes, that is. You see how amazing is this, and that's why this works. All right, and that is the right answer. Yeah. If you do 2, you will not pass the assessment because this is not right. This is important, but it's not what really matters. What really matters is that you always add a CTA, a call to action, to your presentation.
Yeah.
So there you go, done. All right, so we go next. Oops. Let me see what happened. Okay, there you go.
Maybe because we have open both.
Yeah, Jose, do you mind if you close yours?
Yeah, don't worry.
I will be doing it for you anyway, and you can see my screen.
It's already closed.
Just let me exit me as well. This yellow thing here is telling you that you are working on it, but it's not finalized yet. So attempt. This is done. This is done. All right, now, yeah, this is done. Now, the next question is, we need to identify our target audience before we do a presentation, all right? How we identify our target audience, that is in the content of the lesson, but because I was going quite fast, I couldn't stop on it. But I'm going to explain this to you right now, and for those of you looking at the class. For you to understand who is your audience, you need to use 3 variables, 3. One of them is demographic variables.
Yep.
The other one is geographic variables. And the other one is psychographic.
Psychology.
That's it. That's it. I'm going to explain what they are. Demographic variables. Who is married? Who is not married? What is the age of the people? You know? For example, in this class, majority of the average of you guys as students is 30 years old. Yeah, the average. I think the oldest is you, Jose, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, with all respect, my friend, yeah?
No. Thank you for saying me 30 years.
I think you are 36. I think you are 36.
Exactly.
And this is because before the class, I was finding out who you were. Yeah.
Mm.
And so when I analyze the age, I am analyzing demographic variables. When I am analyzing if someone is married or single, demographic variables. If I analyze what is the level of education of someone, demographic variables. The place or the company somebody works for, demographic variables. All right. So it's important for us to get access to this information somehow. Where is my people coming from? Are they young? Are they kids? Are they, young adults? Are they elder people? You need to know who is your audience before you do the presentation. But also geographic variables. What are geographic variables? Where they came from? Are they from China? Are they from South America? Are they Latin people? Majority of our students here, we are Latin, or we have a connection with the Latin world. We are Italians, or we are Spanish, or but in this, with Lonsdale and School of Digital, it's very rare to have people from South Korea. It's very rare to have people from India. But there are other schools that are really good at that geographic variable. They have a lot of people from these places. You see what I mean? So it's all about understanding that. Psychographic variables. How do you feel? What is your perspective about life? Are you depressed because of what is happening with COVID? Or you are totally okay with it? Are you having a good time? Are you having a difficult time learning? All that sort of things are important for me to address the presentation. If you are going to present something to people that have learning difficulties, you need to address that in your presentation as well. All right. So these are the answers for these questions. All right. Demographic, geographic, and psychographic variables. This is how we get to read our audience. All right. So done. Let's talk about this question. When presenting to a group of people ideas and concepts, you will eventually, and we have two options, Jose and Juan. Option 1, offend someone when presenting your ideas, and that is okay. Option 2, everybody will like you. All right. I want you to think about this. When you are someone that is presenting Do you expect that everybody will like you?
No.
That realistic? Is not. It's not realistic. It's not real. You need to understand this, all right? You need to be open to this possibility because it's very likely that it will happen. It's very likely that someone will not like you, and that is okay. And why? Well, it is impossible, guys, to say something interesting. It is impossible to say something smart without offending someone. Always in that room, in that class, someone will be offended, and that is okay. I just want to reinforce that. You cannot expect that everybody will love you because that is not you being realistic. So what is the answer to this question? Yes,
The first one.
and it is okay. You know, like if you expect that everybody will be okay with your perspective about money, you are wrong.
Yeah.
If you expect that everybody will be okay with your perspective about food, you're wrong. Someone will be offended, and that is okay. And that is a very important question. And you see, that's why I'm telling you, our assessments, they are real. They make sense in terms of what we do in real life. I'm telling you here that one of the skills that you need to have when presenting is accepting that some people will not like you, and that is completely okay. All right, so let's go to the next question. Well, you tell me the answer to this one, guys. What are
yeah,
the first three.
yeah, exactly. 1, 2, 3.
All right, Juan, are you doing this in your platform as well? Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
All the answers. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3, not 4.
Beautiful. The first three done. So now we go next. And now we go to the next question. All right. True or false? When presenting, always, not sometimes, always make it clear that you have total respect for your audience. Is that true or false?
True.
This is true.
True. We talk about it. Always showing respect for your audience. All right. So that's true. All right. All right. So as you can see, this is the last question of this first part of the class, which is prepare presentation. All right. Now we go into the second part. All right. So let's do the question 7 first. So what techniques do you have available to evaluate your presentation? Focus groups?
Focus group. Yeah, one-on-one interview.
Yep.
Critical friends. Everyone.
Participant surveys.
Yep.
And CTA.
Research and analysis, which is how effective was your CTA? Critical friends. Yep. Jose?
Santi, about the number 3, participant surveys.
Yep.
What is the meaning of this point?
All right. So at the end of the conference, you send a survey, like a questionnaire, asking people from 1 to 10, how much did you like the conference? Or
Okay.
will you another one that is pretty popular, will you recommend this conference or this talk or this product to your friends and family? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Will you recommend this class to someone else, one of your friends, to do the certificate in marketing with us? That kind of service, right? So all of these are good techniques for you to evaluate how effective was your presentation. All right. So all right. So we go next. All right. So let's go to the question 8. So you can summarize key concepts and ideas and present them to your target audiences by how can you prepare, how you can summarize the ideas of your presentation. All right. This was in the content, but it's something that I didn't explain because we were running fast. Something that is really important is to read books. If you're going to present something about Italian food, well, make sure that you read some books or some magazines about Italian cuisine. All right. So yes, it's important. We need to read articles. You need to prepare.
And also watch a video on YouTube is good too, no?
It's really important. I will say
Really?
that's perhaps the most important one. I'm going to, yesterday, when I was preparing this class, I was watching a lot of videos about good presentation skills and techniques and so on. So of course, you know,
and more now the video digital is more quickly. You can sit in half hour and research about a lot of information, and with a book is more slowly. It is
still important, but imagine, guys, if this test has the books but doesn't say anything about YouTube.
Yeah,
that is what I'm telling you. That is the kind of education I don't like. I like education that is real and that is practical and is actual, that is happening right now. How people learn? People learn in YouTube. So that's why the assessment is telling you, hey, YouTube should be important. Do you think it's important? Yes. All right, marker. All right, podcasts. Podcasts are important too, because a lot of times people is driving or cooking or working and they just have headphones here.
So exactly.
And they learn.
I did here in Australia.
Of course, Mike. I mean, if you are working or you still can learn. I love podcasts. You know, Joe Rogan podcast or any podcast that you like, that will give you information that you need. So yes. What about the next one? If you want to prepare your presentation and to be good at it, should you talk about it with people that are experts in that industry? Yes.
Yes, of course. Review.
If I want to talk about football, it will be awesome if I have an interview or if I give a call to a professional football player to tell me what is going on. All right. The last one, there is no need to summarize concepts when delivering a presentation. Wrong.
Wrong.
So we don't mark that one. All right. We go next.
It's only the 1 and 2, reading books and watching popular YouTube videos.
Have a look at this.
And listening podcasts, yes, sir.
And also discussing topic with industry experts.
Yeah, all of them, but not the last
one. The last one is
no.
Just a tricky one. Just
because it's a negative, so we don't mark.
Yeah. So if you mark this one at the end of the quiz, the result will be negative. It will tell you didn't pass it. You know.
You need to do it again.
Yeah, and that's
so Santi, for you pass, you need to have the 100% of the quiz.
Yeah.
Perfect.
100%.
Okay.
But
remember that you have 15 times.
Yeah. If it's time for come back and do it again, and okay, perfect.
Guys, seriously, or you send me an email and say, Santi, look, Mike, you know, I don't know what is this. What is this? I will tell you, oh, this is this. I will explain you why, but quickly, but I just don't want you guys to feel like, oh, an assessment, how difficult.
Yeah.
No way. You know what? It has to be easy, has to be comfortable, has to be open. It has to be okay that we do it in class. You know, there is no secrets about this. One of the things that, you know, like the reason I founded this business school of digital, I have been teaching here in Australia for 17 years, TAFEs, universities, you name it, man. If you go to my LinkedIn profile, I have like 50 reviews of my work as a teacher. And the reason I was very disappointed with a lot of schools is because those assessments, they were really, really bad. Like the assessments were so unrelated to real life, and they were so, I don't know, impossible to complete, to the point that I saw in Facebook a lot of people, students asking, hey, who can do assessments? I pay for it.
Yeah, 100%.
And I was like, it shouldn't be the case, because if you need to pay someone to do the assessment, it's because the assessment is not related to the class. Yeah. But if the assessment is related to the class, you just need to pay attention to the class, or to rewatch the class, or to talk to your teacher for you to do the assessment. It shouldn't be an impossible thing. And that's why I try to do everything not easy. Look, I'm not saying easy, I'm saying simple, straightforward.
Yeah. It's different.
Different. All right. So now, because this is not easy, this could be quite difficult, but it's simple, it's straightforward. Now let's go to the next one. All right. You can provide an opportunity for the audience to seek clarification on the presentation information by. So this is something that I didn't explain to you before, again, because it was a very fast, you know, the lesson component, because we spent about 20 minutes about the platform, introduction, so on, so on.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something, guys. When you present, you need to open a window for people to ask you questions, for people to ask clarification. All right. If you do not do this, your presentation is not good, because the presentation is not just one way. The presentation should be like, you say something,
Yeah, with
people want to ask something, all right, allow people to ask. All right. So we have different opportunities. One of them, which is the one that I prefer, is, all right, if you have a question, ask me straight away. But some people will say, no, don't ask me. Wait until the end of the class, and then you ask me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I understand.
it's like the lecturing kind of thing. I talk, and then at the end of the lecture, you ask me. There is like a questions and answers final 20 minutes.
But you become like recording video. It's the same.
It's the same, because you forget, and then it's not good.
Yeah, I agree.
My perspective is, if you have a question, shoot it straight away before you forget it. Right? That's what I do. But some people don't do that. Some people say, all right, let's do the questions at the end of the presentation, or at some points in the question, after 20 minutes, or in the recess, or in the break. All right. So that's okay too. Some presenters, they say to people, look, don't ask me, write your questions first, think about them twice, all right, and then ask me. All right?
Yeah.
And that is a technique that is used, especially when you have a lot of people in the conference, so you don't end with 1,000 questions. Because when you write the question, you as an attendee, sometimes when you write the question, you find the answer yourself. All right.
Yeah.
Or you think, oh, this is ridiculous. This is very stupid. I'm not going to ask this now that I'm thinking about it. So that is okay as well. All right. And this is another technique. You can say to people, look, don't ask me the questions. Now you can ask the question to someone else, to someone that is here in this conference. I can say, for example, if Juan say to me, hey, Santi, I don't understand what is a CTA. I can say to Juan, ask Jose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can do that. If one asks me, Santi, what is a CTA? I say, look, I know what it is, but I'm going to open an opportunity for Jose to tell you what a CTA is. Yeah. Jose will go, hey, Juan, CTA means call to action, which means that you always need to propose something that people should do at the end of the conference, like buying your book, or joining your YouTube channel, or visiting your website, or, that is a CTA. Okay, thank you, Jose, Juan will say. The outcome, is the same. Actually, it's better, to be honest, because now I know that Jose knows about it too. So all these four are good techniques when you are seeking clarification, when the audience is seeking clarification. All right?
All right.
All right. This is the last question, and with this we finish. Hopefully I haven't failed anyone. That will be very embarrassing.
In that case, and the number 9 is the third and fourth?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them, because this is depending on your style. As I say, some people ask me anyone, ask me anytime. Other people that is more structured and they don't want to be interrupted, they say, you can ask questions at the end, or you can ask questions in the middle. Some points, defined points. You see, defined points.
It depends of your audience.
And depends on your style as well. Okay. The other alternative is to say, people, don't ask me, write it first. This is this is what like school teachers do. Like when you are in a normal, when you're a kid, when you're a teenager, the teacher will tell you, no, don't ask me. Write it first, think about it, and if you think it's an important one, then ask me. So this is a good technique as well. And this one is one that is really popular nowadays, which is, if you want to make sure that everyone is learning, give the opportunity to one of the students or one of the attendees to answer the question to someone that is asking it, which is the example that I gave before. Juan doesn't know what a CTA is. Juan asks, so I say, Juan, Jose will give you the answer. And Jose will go, yeah, CTA equal to that. All right. So that is a really good alternative as well. So all of them are good alternatives. All right. All right. Let's go to the last question. The last question is how you can confirm your target audience understand the key concept and ideas. How you can make sure that people is understanding what you are teaching, what you are telling, what you are sharing. All right. So one alternative is actually doing this. Jose, are you learning something today, Mike? Are you seriously learning something about how to make presentations?
Yeah.
So that is one technique, is stopping and
asking
directly. You shouldn't be embarrassed by it. And if Jose goes and say, no, Santi, no, I am not learning anything, that's okay too, because that will give you an opportunity to go back and say, all right, let's go back to find out where this is not being understood. That is really, it's not about people saying yes. That is awesome. And I appreciate that you guys say yes. But if Jose goes and say, no, Santi, this class, I don't understand much about it. I will go, all right, Jose, let's find out what is going on. Let's go back. Let's do a one-to-one class, you and me. Let's repeat the class. We find a solution to it. Yeah. But it's good to ask people, are you understanding? It's like when you go to a restaurant and the waiter, you ask for the food, and then the waiter goes to your table and the waiter goes, hey guys, are you enjoying the food? Do you like it? That is the same thing. It's an opportunity for people to tell you, yes, we like it. Or people, no, this is not good food. If it's not good food, the waiter, if he's a professional waiter and he's working in a good restaurant, the waiter will go, you didn't like it. What is wrong? Oh, this is or this is cold. The waiter will go, oh, sorry about it. I will bring this to the chef. I'm going to give me 10 minutes. And then, so it's all about it. But the other thing that is really important is observing the behavior. Because if Jose is going like, or Jose is like, then I know that the information is not being understood, that he's bored, that he's not connected. Guys, are you getting this?
But the both has to be evaluated in the presentation. I think so.
100% agree. Yeah.
At the same time, because for example, if you're observing that the behavior of the audience is good, everyone is quiet, pay attention, be concentrate. But at the final, you ask and everyone say yes. Probably you think that everyone understood, but at the same time, probably not, because the people is embarrassed to ask something.
And that's why, thank you, Juan. That's so true and happens all the time. And that's why a good speaker, a good presenter needs to say, guys, seriously, are you learning? Look, Jose, try to get back to an hour ago when I asked you this first. I say, Jose, are you learning something today? And then I say, Jose, are you seriously, really learning something? Because if you do that, it's like you really make people to break the mold and to say, no, look, see, there is something that I need clarification about. You say, all right. So this is I am giving you my techniques. That's why I teach this unit. You need to reinforce the question. You need to tell people, hey guys, if someone is not understanding, that is totally okay. But I need to know now. I need to know now.
Yeah,
This-
for that reason, sometimes the speakers try to be like you say, entertainment and funny, especially in this topic. For I don't know, for example, when the speaker say, please ask me something, but little bit funny, and you feel comfortable as attendee, and you ask, because sometimes when you talk up, do you understand? But like
it's so serious, or yeah, or so rude.
yeah, very seriously, you prefer don't say nothing.
Well, Mike, fantastic. Juan,
Yeah.
you have just demonstrated with that. Look, I am excited about your participation. You have just demonstrated that you now know how to do presentations, because now you can mix persuasion, information, and entertaining.
Yeah.
That is the goal. You see, we have done
Yeah.
it. We have done it. So if we go save now, let's see what happens. All right, everything has been saved, and now you need to say, all right, I need to submit the assessment now. All right, you submit the assessment. The software is asking you one more time, are you really sure that you want to submit it? Because you only have 15 attempts. Yes, submit it. Oh, did it. Done. Eh? That's it.
But show
So
me,
good student, Jose.
All right, good. So now, you know, we have finalized the assessment, which is really good. Right?
show
So,
me unsatisfactory, but I don't know why. Give me 1 second.
you should probably miss one of them,
Yeah, I think so.
one of them. What? Don't worry about it. You have 15 attempts. If you have any problem, let me know one. But
Yep.
you just can repeat the process as much as you need to. All right. Now I'm going to go to the other assessment. All right. And this is another assessment that you need to prepare before the 23. Don't forget about it. All right.
Yeah.
So for Jose, this is your platform. The
Yeah.
platform is telling you that you only need to do one thing more.
Only one now.
When we start the class, it was 3 things. It was the lesson, the quiz, and the presentation. Now it's just one.
Yeah.
So-
And now I have one result.
And now you have one result, yeah, which is the quiz, which you pass it, telling you, yeah. All right, now let's go to make presentations, and let's see what you need to do here. Very simple assessment. So what is the overview? This assessment is intended for you to demonstrate skills and knowledge. We always, guys, will be talking about the skills and knowledge. The skills is like you know how to use a machine. Knowledge is that you say that machine uses diesel fuel, or that machine was built in Italy, or that machine is built in Germany. One thing is to know how to use the machine. The other thing is to know about the machine. And it's the same in these classes and in all classes in Australia. It's not just about knowing how to do marketing. It's about having knowledge about the history of marketing. All of it. So it's skills and knowledge. All right. So this is what we need to do here. We need to demonstrate that you have skills when presenting a presentation, but also knowledge about how to have strategies for presentation, how to evaluate presentations, how to prepare your presentation, how to review it, and so on and so on. Now, instructions. What do you need for this assessment? You need to record a presentation using your phone. Your phone, not a camera, no. Your phone. All right, cool. So now you understand what is the assessment all about. So let's start with it. So what is the first question? You need to record a presentation using your phone. All right. Now, what is that presentation about, guys? That presentation is about COVID-19 and the opportunities that you may have as a marketing person, as an entrepreneurial person, because of COVID-19. All right. It's all about it. You need to think about, all right, COVID is happening. People is working from home. People is not traveling much. People is doing everything online. What business opportunity is there for me because of COVID-19? Logistics, distribution, e-commerce, online classes, food delivery. Imagine food delivery, you know, like how food delivery is growing dramatically because a lot of people is not going to the restaurant.
Yeah.
The restaurant is still selling, but using Uber Eats. Oh, well, there is a lot of opportunity because people is asking and calling and asking online orders from restaurants. I'm going to do a business that is similar to Uber Eats. And my business will be called Masolo Eats. Yeah. And I'm going to be looking after people in Melbourne or people in Byron Bay. Or yeah, man, and then you talk about it. Now, what you need to do, you need to make sure that you have a CTA. All right. So what is the CTA? The CTA may be, if you want to know more about this business idea, please write me an email to josemanolo@hotmail.com. You see, that is the CTA. Or you say, if you want to participate in this new venture and you want to invest in Masolo Eats, please visit this website, masolo. Whatever, you know what I mean? Make sure that you have it. Now, when you do the presentation as well, make sure that you are informing people or persuading people or entertaining people, or the three at the same time, but I can see which one is the most important, the core. Remember, which is the most important one. That is what you need to do, all right? And then once you have that video in your iPhone, all right, you go and then you upload the file here. Now you open the file and you drop it here. All right.
Yeah.
I cannot do this one for you, Jose, because this one is something that you need to do. All right.
Yeah, yeah, all right.
But you go to your folders, you have a video, and then
and only push it there.
And then you drop it there. You see what I mean?
Perfect.
How long have you taken in the video or in the presentation?
Up to you. But please make it short. Please make it short. All right.
Half-hour presentation.
No. I will not be looking at it. And you need to think like Instagram. You know, Instagram has
Reels.
1 minute, I reckon it is.
Yeah.
Think about it. That is the reality in which we live. If you can do a video of 1 minute that is good, punchy, you know, with your camera there, you know, done. And you upload it, done. 30 minutes, 20 minutes, that's PowerPoint. No, who is asking for PowerPoint nowadays? No, forget about it. Be real, do a video, you know, and talk about an opportunity that you can capitalize on because of COVID-19, which is the topic of the presentation.
Yeah. Make
sure that you have the CTA. That is the most important thing. You know, like if you want to know more about this, call me. My telephone number is 0412345567. Oh, CTA done. You will pass it. Whatever is the case. Or if you want to know more about this, please download this PDF from this Google Drive. Even if it's not real, even if you're just saying it, you know, I just need you to know that always that you do a presentation, you need to have a CTA. That's all. That's one thing. And the other thing is you need to make sure without telling me, you cannot go and say, hey, Santi, my presentation will be focused on the persuasion strategy. No, you cannot say that to me. But if you want to persuade me, I need to feel it in your presentation. And I will be like, one wants to persuade me to visit Italy. Yeah. Because he's talking about as a COVID-19 opportunity, it will be great to visit Italy virtually using a website that is taking you to the museums using virtual reality. And he wants me to go to Italy virtually, and he's persuading me to, all right, pass it. All right. 1 minute. But if you want to do it 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, it's all right. More than 5 minutes doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's enough.
1 minute, good. I mean, 3 seconds, not good. But 1 minute, that would be awesome. All right. So that is the first assessment. Once you do that, then then you can advance to the next question. And the next question will be, now you need to upload a video of someone giving you feedback about your presentation. And that someone could be me. You know, you can say, hey, Santi, you know, before I submit this assessment, could you give me a feedback about my video? I will say, yeah, no worries. All right. I will be sending you a short video about, all right, yes, I like your video, but look, you know, you were not wearing anything and you need to dress up something. All right. That kind of things. All right. But now that I'm mentioning this, by the way, and I'm looking at Jose in a very relaxed way, nothing wrong with it. Like that perception that we need to be wearing a tie and being, that is not what I'm talking about here. No, I'm talking about lighting. Yeah, I'm talking about lighting.
Yeah.
About audio. I'm talking about, you know, resources. I need to do this because I am the person doing this. You don't need to go to this extent, but someone may tell you, hey, Juan, your video was really good, but it was very dark. Next time, use a natural light. Go outside and use the sunlight to light up your face.
And maybe then say, you know, there are so many zones, so be careful where you recording.
Yeah.
It was too noisy. Exactly right.
Noisy, yeah.
Who cares? It's about you asking someone to give you feedback. If the feedback is negative, you still will pass the assessment. Because you're getting feedback. That is the point. If the feedback is positive, okay, that's good too. You still will pass the assessment. So this presentation assessment, which is the second one, has these two components. First one, video of yourself doing the presentation about opportunities in COVID-19 for business people like you and me. All right? One. Once you finish with that video, you send that video to a friend of yours, to your mom, to your girlfriend, to anyone that you, and you say, hey, look, watch this video. Tell me if you understand the topic. Give me a feedback and just send me a video, record a video giving me that feedback. All right.
Before to upload.
Of course, because then before, because you need to upload these two files to the system.
Okay.
Okay. I need my video and the feedback video.
That's it. And the feedback video, same thing, short. The other person may not be aware of how to do presentations, so you don't need to worry about the other person. So the second video is not, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's just about you having the courage to ask someone, give me feedback.
What do you think about my
Doesn't matter if it's positive, doesn't matter if it's negative. The only point is, do you have the courage to ask people for feedback, yes or no? That's it. That's it. You know, so you have these two files. I cannot show you in the system because in the system, for me to move to the second part of the question, I need to upload a file here.
So you withdraw the two files in the same place.
No. Once you have the first question is
when I put submit, open the new window for the feedback.
Exactly right. That's why you have here two questions, you see?
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
And that's why I cannot do it, because this is Jose's profile. I cannot just put anything there. You need to have your phone.
But you have to put this one to open the second question.
Exactly right.
Okay.
It's in order, just like the previous assessment.
Yeah.
And once you have done this, guys, you finish with the unit. All good. Yeah, we finish. Just make sure that you upload the videos before Sunday, the 23rd of January.
Yeah.
Good.
That's all. I know a way, but I reckon it's like $100 or $150. I don't know if you don't. So just make sure that you do it before the 23rd.
Yeah.
It's
enough time. So
it's enough time. And what I try to tell my students is do it as soon as possible, so then you can focus on our next class. You know?
Yeah.
instead of, and that's why a lot of people like this program, because it's very, very dynamic, fast. You are never worried about assessments and things like that, because it's very light in that sense.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So that is it. I'm going to send you a poll, which is a survey about the class. All right. Let me know if you have received it there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And
Yes.
all right. It could be an opportunity for us to improve. So if you are not totally satisfied, feel free to give me any feedback that you want to, but this is for compliance. I need to send this to the school to launch that every class. So that's why we need to do it. Is it working?
Yeah.
Oh. How you finish, Jose? All right. So I'm going to end the poll now. Those results have been sent to the school. All right. Cool. And guys, that is it. We finished a little bit earlier, but that's good. That is a good thing.
Cool.
And you have my emails. Now you know how to access the platform. The link will never change, but you always need to register for the attendance to feed the software. By Monday, if you want to rewatch this class, remember, you just need to go to the calendar button in Accelerate if you want to rewatch it. For those of you who are not in the class, all the instructions about how to do the assessment are there, but if you have any problem, just write to me. Guys, have the best day ahead. Thank you for coming to this class. I appreciate your attendance today, Juan and Jose, and it's going to be fantastic, guys. I hope to see you Friday, all right? If you cannot make it, just let me know.
Thank you, Santi. And thank you, Juan.
See you Friday.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Ciao.
Bye.
You too. Ciao, ciao.